Right, 29 January 2026, and today I'm excited to be giving you the evening update. And normally I do this as we've got a series. So right now we've got the preparation for the 9 February court case at the Constitutional Court, where we're going to be challenging Ziambi, who is a criminal. So Ziambi is a criminal. He's trying to get Mnangagwa to go to 2030 without following the process. So what these guys want to do, they want to go to 2030. They don't want to follow the referendum process. And today we've had a bigger and better explanation of what is going to happen from Mliswa. So Mliswa has had an interview this afternoon. It was in fact a premiere this afternoon at the channel called Boys the Toners. So that is when Mliswa had an interview, and he has explained what is going to happen. He says that there is a process which is currently going to be followed, which is to go to cabinet, and then from cabinet go to parliament. As you know, that a resolution has already been passed for Mnangagwa to go to 2030. He also says Mnangagwa cannot say anything about it. 2030 is going to happen, and he gives the reasons. So I want to quickly show you what he said. And then further, he says that Tagwirei is going to be the president of Zimbabwe. That is the plan. And he gives the reasons. So let me start by showing you what he says about the process. So what is the process that is going to be followed? And then I'll show you what he says about Tagwirei. You can obviously go and watch the whole interview on Boys the Toners. But let's look at what he said about the process.
What is the position now?
No, it's going into parliament. It's going cabinet. From cabinet, it goes into parliament through Ziambi. Then it sits with the speaker, with the members of parliament, and even actually opposition because the reason, and this is where I have a problem with the spokesperson of ZANU-PF, he's not able to articulate why the party went for 2030. It was not about the president.
Okay, so this is very clear. What they're planning to do is to go to cabinet. From cabinet, they go to parliament, and there will be no referendum. So that is the plan that they want to do. Ziambi is going to play a key part. It is going to be approved outside of the referendum process. So we have to be extremely careful, because these 2 years, they are using them for a specific purpose. So let's see what Mliswa said about Tagwirei. So I'm going to look for exactly the spot where he mentioned Tagwirei here, because this is quite a long interview. So let's go to the exact spot where he talks about Tagwirei. He loves Tagwirei, this guy. He is a Tagwirei guy. So let's see what he says about Tagwirei.
Says that to the president when the president finally steps down.
No, I believe, and I'll tell you this. Let me make sure that I put the mic close so you hear properly. My belief is that there must be a generational consensus. That at some point our generation, Danny J, must be there. And if that opportunity arises, I would like Kuda to be there first of all. We're not looking at somebody who's broke, who's going to come and steal money. Okay, that's one of the things. We're looking at somebody who is seasoned in terms of understanding the business in Zimbabwe.
But people with money look for opportunities to make more money.
No. He's been in the energy space. He's been in the infrastructure space, agriculture space.
Okay. So I don't want to play the whole interview for you. They obviously did an interview. So the Boys, the Toners did it. You can always go and look over there. But my job is to clarify things for you so that you understand what's going on. What's going on is very simple. Tagwirei is being prepared to take over as the president of Zimbabwe. That is the whole reason for this ED 2030. They don't believe that he's ready to become the president of ZANU-PF. So they are preparing him so that he takes over. That is why you see Ziambi is over there. And this week, there's been a number of meetings that have been held with Tagwirei. So you saw Tungwarara meeting with Tagwirei. You also saw Wikino meeting with Tagwirei. You also saw Hubert Angel meeting with Tagwirei. So there's a bunch of meetings that have taken place with all these people. And particularly what is interesting about Wikino is that Wikino normally doesn't involve himself in politics. If you look at Wikino, it's very rare to see Wikno being involved in politics. But in this particular case, you have seen Wikno together with Tungwarara, together with Tagwirei. This is because this was two camps developing. So two camps were developing within ZANU-PF. So the one camp had Tagwirei and all the other guys, they were on one side. And then you had Tungwarara on the other side. And all the bloggers had been divided. So the ZANU-PF bloggers were divided. One side going to Tagwirei and the other side going to Tungwarara. So the people who were with Tagwirei include people like Ana Esi Lumumba, a whole bunch of opposition supporters were also now with Tagwirei. People on the Chiwenga camp were now with Tagwirei because Tagwirei wanted and was pushing for an election to happen in 2028. So then Paul Tungwarara stepped in and he was pushing for Mnangagwa to go to 2030. So there was a conflict. And this is what they've been sorting out this week. You've seen this meeting that took place here, Hubert Angel standing there with Tagwirei. So you have a bunch of negotiations taking place, and this has got money in it. Money has exchanged hands between these people in this group, with the Tungwarara stepping down. So Tungwarara has backed off. He's no longer doing what he was doing, and everyone is now falling behind Tagwirei. So Tagwirei is their candidate. The question is, what is Chiwenga going to do? So when you go to cabinet, there's Chiwenga sitting there. Chiwenga and the army are on one side. They don't change. So the guys in the army don't change. When they make a decision and they say we are going to have Chiwenga as the president, it doesn't matter what you do. The army guys are going to maintain that position. And they make a decision as a group. And once that decision has been made, it will not change. So let's see how they're going to maneuver. So it is Tagwirei with a whole bunch of people trying to outsmart Chiwenga and the army guys. Is it going to work? That is the question that we have right now. But Themba Mliswa coming out clearly and explaining the process. And I think he's one of the first people to explain this process. He explained this process that this is 2030. The reason is for Mnangagwa to complete his projects. But you can see that it's not for Mnangagwa to complete his project. The plan is for Tagwirei to be groomed and to have enough power to become the president of ZANU-PF. Because in 2027, Tagwirei is not ready to be the president of ZANU-PF. So Chiwenga, they have to find a way of dealing with him between 2027 and 2028. So I believe that they will allow Chiwenga to become the president of ZANU-PF at the next elective conference of ZANU-PF. They will allow him to become the president. But then they will have to find a way of dealing with him between 2028 and 2030, which means if I was Chiwenga, I would not allow 2030 to happen because it is just an extension of time to allow them to find a solution of taking him out of the way. So that is where we are. I don't want to talk a lot. I'll be back here in the morning and we have a lot that has taken place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this to an end. Let's look at the comments very quickly. We need Kudata Gure period, not of ZANU-PF of Zimbabwe, no Madara Ezanu. General Chiwenga for president or other nonsense must sit down. God Almighty allow a psychopath called Kuda to be president. Yeah. So I like it when people fight, but the fight is in court. So let me tell you why the fight is in court. Come to court on the 9th of February. I'm going to be at court, at the Constitutional Court. That is the only place where this can be stopped. It's illegal what they're doing. It's not allowed to follow the process that they're following. It cannot be spearheaded by the Minister of Justice. So the President of Zimbabwe, Mnangagwa, the Speaker of Parliament, Mudenda, Ziambi, the Minister of Justice, these people are not allowed by the Constitution of Zimbabwe to spearhead a process of extending the Constitution. That is why we're in court. And we must stop them. They're criminals. Especially Ziambi is the worst criminal ever. Ziambi is a criminal. He belongs in jail. So he doesn't have the permission to do what he's doing right now. And we need to stop him. And I believe that the court is going to rule against him. They're going to say that they're violating the Constitution by doing what they're doing. And that ruling is going to be given by the Constitutional Court. And we believe it. That is why we're over there. All right, let's speak about our sponsors. Ve, please buy 1 packet of Ve, and we're going to give you free 2 perfumes. And I want to make a special appeal today. So I'm holding up the perfumes. This is for the guys in South Africa, but the guys in the UK, I've got a special appeal for you. So in Zimbabwe, you've got these 2 perfumes. In South Africa, you've got these 2 perfumes. Valentine's Day special. But for the guys in the UK, I need your help. So I had a chat with Nyoka Mabunu today, and we need to buy food for Nyoka Mabunu. So we need cash. So WhatsApp me on that number, place your order for 1 packet of Mve, and we'll send it to you as usual. But I need 2 people to buy so that we can buy Nyoka Mabunu enough food for at least a month. So for a month, we need about 2 grand. So buy your packet, WhatsApp me on that number, send money there, we'll send you your packet, but we need you guys to buy so that we can buy Nyoka Mabunu some groceries for this month. And it's an urgent appeal. So everyone, let's support what is going on. Nyoka has been in jail for so long, and I've sort of like slackened with assistance. So I must admit that it's been a long time since I sent money to Nyoka. So let's make it happen. Let us support our brother who is in jail. The same criminals, Ziyambi, and all these guys who are trying to go to 2030. They are the same people who have got Nyoka in jail. So please assist and let it work. Who is in Cape Town? Gambakwe, can you please call Chamisa and have an interview with him? Homeboy wangu Chamisa, I'll talk to him. I hope that he's going to be coming to Gambakwe and will be the first place where he announces his executive. That would be amazing. Nelson Chamisa, I know he watches here every day. Mnangagwa watches here every day. There's no one who doesn't watch here. So guys, I think let me end there. But I just want to clarify on the AFM University. We are busy with it. Tomorrow is our last day of our fast. So we've been fasting for 30 days, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And tomorrow we'll be finishing. Get ready to do well. Get ready, AFM people, so that we can do well. We can have our university up and running. And I'm so excited. I would like to thank all of you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Go and watch Boys Detoners. They've done an interview with Themba Mliswa. And you can see that when he had that interview, that is when he left and then went and ran over the other guy. Like that accident happened after, because he was wearing the same clothes that he was wearing when the accident. So sad to see that. And I don't know why the newspapers are not covering what happened over there. So that is where we are. Tagwirei being set up to become the president of Zimbabwe. Mliswa has explained that this is the game plan. They want him to be president. And the 2030 is just to extend the time. And you can see that negotiations are taking place behind the scenes. Hubert Angel, when you meet Hubert Angel, there's a reason. When you meet Tungwarara and Wikino, there's a reason. These guys are working on Tagwirei presidents. Is it going to work? Is the army going to allow it? I don't think so. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and a good night.